What's up, guys? It's Ryan here. Reshooting this video because apparently I uploaded the wrong one and I can't find the original. Another Think, Learn, and Be Vulnerable vlog. And today I'm going to talk about WAP and Star Trek The Next Generation. They connect. Bear with me. So it's kind of interesting. WAP came out and big song, obviously. And Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, doing their thing. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I think the song is really empowering. No, I think the song is really dirty. And, my personal opinion, I think the song's pretty hilarious. There's a lot of really funny lines in there, Get a mop and a bucket for this wet ass pussy, like, that's funny. And I honestly, I took the song as just being kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I didn't necessarily see a whole lot of empowerment out of it. But a lot of people said they did. And a lot of people were like, yeah, I think it's really great that women are finally allowed to talk about their own sexuality. And sure, yeah. There's some sexuality stuff in there. I could see how it'd be empowering. It's not empowering to me, but I'm not the one who's supposed to be empowered by this. Not really the target audience for it. I just kind of listen to some of the lines that I think are really clever and really hilarious and laugh along and kind of bounce my head and go, yeah. So I was a little surprised that there was so much controversy around it. And there was so much pushback against it. Yeah, and then kind of talked to some friends and thought about it some more and realized I'm not supposed to be the one empowered by this. Quite honestly, my opinion on this doesn't really matter. It's not up to me to tell you how you feel empowered. So, how does this apply to Star Trek? In Star Trek The Next Generation, Picard always sits down, gathers all his advisors, number 2, Geordi, Data, the counselor, Crusher, whatever. He gets all the advice that they give, comes to a conclusion, a consensus in his mind, and then he eventually says, all right, here's what we're going to do. And typically it's whatever's in the best interest of the ship, best interest of the Federation, etc. But it's a consensus talk. It's something where all the advice, all the information is given to him, and he's the one who has to figure it out. So in a way, he's more of a diplomat than he is a general. He's much more of a leader or a president, an administrator, a head administrator, a prime minister, than he is a war hero. He's not meant to be fighting people. He's supposed to be building bridges. WAP is actually the opposite of that. I'm not saying it's supposed to build bridges or anything, but the point is that feeling empowered is not a consensus decision. It's not something where everybody gets together and then we all get to agree, okay, this thing is empowering, this thing is not. This thing is good for society, this thing is not. No, it's out there. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion said, this is what we want to express, and they expressed it. Whether you think it's dirty, raunchy, silly, empowering, whatever, that's your own decision and that's your own feelings. I don't get to tell you how to feel about this. I don't get to tell you how empowered or grossed out you should feel by this song. That's up to you. But neither does anybody else. And that's the point. This is not a consensus decision. This is a personal decision. And if you feel empowered and are made strong by listening to WAP, good. Take that, run with it. This song gets you to be more free with your body and more free sexually and open yourself up to new things. Good, that's a good thing. Please do. If you don't like the song, fine. You don't have to like it. But you can't tell somebody else that this song is disempowering to them. that this song doesn't mean the things that it does to them. That's not your decision. That's their decision. It's their feelings, it's their mind, it's their heart, it's their body. You have no say in this. It's not a consensus. It's a personal feeling, it's a personal choice. So, think, learn, and be vulnerable. Well, think. I think the song is hilarious, like I said before. But again, it's just my opinion. So we need to think on how our opinions and what we feel about something, what is the scope of that? Is this something we should be getting up in arms about? Or is this something that is not really in our purview? Is this a small personal choice, or is this something that needs to be talked about more? And quite honestly, as much as I like WAP, it doesn't necessarily need to be talked about a ton, but if there's so many people out there that are disempowering that many people and are telling so many other people that they shouldn't feel that way, then yeah, it turns out it does need to be talked about a lot. So what can we learn about this? Well, we can learn what empowers us, and quite frankly, is there a lack of empowerment? A song like this, whatever your opinion on it is, has become empowering for a lot of people. But I also think a song like this, why is this the empowerment song? Like, quite honestly, I think a lot of people only feel empowered by it just because there's so much, backlash against it. And then you become empowered because you're fighting against the backlash. I really think if the backlash wasn't there probably wouldn't necessarily be that many people being empowered by it. But that's also a problem too. There should be more songs out there that promote female sexuality as a good thing, as a beautiful thing, as a natural thing, as just something to do. While I may think this song might be a joke, a kind of a jokey song, like, it's unfortunate that a jokey song like this is the female empowerment song. Like, it shouldn't be. It should just be a fun song that we all bop along to, And that's the problem, is there's not enough songs out there that women can feel empowered by. There's not enough songs that promote the beauty of sexuality, especially for women, So how do we be vulnerable? We got to be vulnerable and realize slut shaming, making women feel bad about their bodies, is a lot more insidious than we think it is. And realizing, are we part of the problem? Am I part of the problem? Have I been telling women that they shouldn't feel empowered, that they shouldn't feel good about their bodies? If I have, not only is it time to stop, it's time to turn around and become an advocate and an ally. It's time to start saying, women, y'all are strong, beautiful, amazing, and you should be as sexual and expressive as you want to be. Stay safe. Make sure that you have protection on both sides. Aside from that, do your thing. How you want to express yourself sexually, what you want to do with your body, go right ahead. Not a consensus. I don't get to say what you do with your body. I don't get to say how you feel about your body, how you feel about your sexuality, how you feel about your expressions and your feelings. It's not my place. It's nobody's place but your own. As long as you're coming to those decisions and they feel good in your heart, good. Go with it. Do it. Utilize your wet ass pussy. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see y'all later.